we did a survey. There's only a few questions, but I sent it out to all of you, and 90% of you opened the email, but only 55% of you took the survey. So anyway, here's kind of where we are. I want to show you a couple things. The green is last year, and the blue is this year, and the orange is the district. I'm going to roll through this real quickly. First question was, how satisfied are you with your club? So if you notice the green, last year we were 25% said highly satisfied. And this year, and satisfied last year said 58. So 25 plus 58 equals 83. That is right here. Okay. This year it was 62% said highly satisfied, and only 31% said satisfied. So the combination of those two this year was 93. So last year we were at 83. This year we're at 93. So we did a big significant change in terms of how you feel about whether you're satisfied with this club. And I thought that was a pretty interesting number. Another one was, how satisfied are you with Rotary in general? Same concept. This year we averaged 98% in highly satisfied or satisfied. And last year we were 81. So we went from 81% to 98%, which is a dramatic increase of how you feel about Rotary in general. The primary reason you joined in Rotary, this is interesting, because the majority of our people are right here. People joined our club because of networking, whereas you can see in the district, people joined because of local service projects. So our club, they joined because of networking. Now the next question was, what's the reason why you remained with Rotary? Now look at the shift. Everyone is in fellowship. Majority of people remain in Rotary because of the fellowship. And that's obviously, like Chris Whitney used to say last year, being in the room, interfacing with each other. As we say at the podium every week, doing business with Rotarians. All of those things are values in terms of fellowship as well as networking in our club. Feeling warmly welcome. I would have been shocked if we weren't strongly agree here. I mean, we greet people, we acknowledge them, we sing a song and so on. So that's a pretty obvious result there, that everybody strongly agrees or agrees with, we treat people warmly in the club. How well informed are you about activities? A year ago, we were 88% in strongly agree. But this year we went up to 96%. So we're doing a good job this year, according to our members, of letting you know what activities and plans we've got going on in the club. Club leadership listens. This was interesting. We went from 82% a year ago to 88% this year. So that was a good improvement as well. Club activities are effective in the community. This was about equal last year to this year, but you can see there was a shift from agree to strongly agree, because the blue column for strongly agree is much higher than it was a year ago, whereas the agree went down, but the combination of those stayed about the same. Much stronger development. The club's commitment to service, once again, it's about the same. This year we were at 48%. That's right here. And strongly agree, we were at 36. We went up from 23 to 36. Again, strongly agree, we're committed to service. Next one was the atmosphere of welcoming members. Last year we were at 88%, and this year we went up to 95%. So we're doing a good job of making people feel welcome. And promoting fellowship among members, went from 73 up to 81. That's a good one. The quality of our speakers, about the same. The effectiveness of charitable giving was about the same. And club's reputation in the community was still very strong. Strongly agree, about the same as it was last year. And how likely are you to remain in Rotary for at least 2 more years? And it was the same as it was last year. The district didn't take that question. So it's just us last year and us this year. And in terms of agree, we had a little bit more people agree. And neither agree or disagree, this is an issue. We got to work on that. And the people that disagree with it, we got to work on that as well. So that was the survey that we took from 55% of the club. And if you want the details to that, let me know and I'll email it to you.
Any questions on the survey?
Any questions at all? Yeah, Zach? Yeah, we do want to know, for those of you on Zoom that didn't hear the question, the purpose of this is because leadership wants your feedback. Because this club is you. And we care about what you think, good or bad, we want to know because we want to adjust to what our members feel. So it's a credit to the last 2 years as well in our leadership that they really want to know what you think.
We do appreciate the candid responses. And I just want to really appreciate taking the time to do that. My takeaway from it is a number of things. First of all, the club's making a difference in the community. That's the big takeaway. But the other for me is that we're remaining in the club because of the fellowship, right? So we need to do more better in terms of social events for the club so that we can continue to get to know each other better and improve the fellowship part of the membership experience. So just know that we're working on those. If you'd like to help out and work on those, there's a couple of things I'd like to consider the club do. One would be an Orlando Magic game. The theme this year is the magic of Rotary. I think it's a perfect combination that maybe we can head over and see a game. Speaking of games, it's not Georgia, but if you squint really hard, it's UCF. And we'd love to do a tailgate game there, do a tailgate for a game there. And then also on the other front, we've done theater tickets before. I'd like to continue us doing some of those things as well. And don't forget that we've got the happy hours every other Monday. So you'll definitely want to, if you haven't been to one of those, they're a lot of fun. And we'd love to see you there. And again, continue to enjoy the fellowship. I know that George Huffman's not here today, but he was able to put together through Jason a PowerPoint that we'd like to share. And it has to do with the foundation. The club goal is to get to $10,000. We're at $2,427.
Annual fund / share. Or you can write your check to the club and we will send it on your behalf. You will still get credit. You will also get a donation slip from RI saying thank you for your contribution. You can use that for your taxes.
There is an easier way to do it than writing checks. If you're not on Rotary.org, you should be. Sign up. It's easy. Just enter your Rotary ID number and you have your personal account there. Once you get on Rotary.org, surprisingly, in the upper right-hand corner, there's a big button that says donate. If you hit that button, all you have to do is fill out the form, give them either your checking account or a credit card, and they will take your money right there. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm down to maybe 2 checks a year that I write. Everything else I do online, and you can do this online. If you don't know your Rotary number, look on your magazine. If you can't find your magazine, send me a text or an email and I'll send you your Rotary number.
There's an additional way for those of you who are retired, and this is what I do. I give directly from my IRA as a qualified charitable distribution under which no tax is removed because it's going from a tax advantaged to a 501c3, which is the Rotary Foundation, which means instead of paying 25% tax on giving the $1,000 I give every year, I can give $1,500 and pay no tax, come out about the same.
I want to show you now how easy it is to maneuver on our new website. Bill Pieper is the author of this. Rotary Club of Orlando. There it is. There's the website.
Hey, who's that guy?
Okay. Now,
So I get an image.
Let me show you how easy this is to maneuver for all of you, even those of you that are technically challenged. See this button right here, the white button right here? It says donations. Click on donations, and what it does is it opens up donations or for golf. So we're going to talk about donations. Drop down. There you go, sustaining membership. You want to do a full year, half a year? You want to do the local foundation for $100 or the local foundation for half? Here's the sustaining membership. It says add to. You click on it, and there it is. You can go right to checkout. When you do the checkout, you just simply fill it out of everything it gives you. Just follow the directions, and that's how easy it is to donate to sustaining membership on the local website. Now we're going to go back to the main website, hover over about. When you hover over it, it'll talk to you a little bit about the club. There it is. If you want to bring in a new member, it's all you got to do is click on the new member application. When you do, it downloads it. If you want to bring in a new member, it's all you got to do is when this baby decides to open, is you just fill this out. First name, last name, and then you take file and you save it someplace on your computer under the name of the person. And then you send me that document. And that's how easy it is for you.
Hold on, Rich, hold on. I got to think about this a minute. So I save it
You rename it
and
with
then
the
I
name of the person.
and then I send it off. It doesn't sound that hard.
You can call me. I can walk you through this over the phone. Okay, so that takes care of that. Club leadership, if you want to talk to the club leaders, your current board, it's all you do is you go to about, you go down to club leadership. And when you click on a club leadership, it opens up, whoops, it'll open up to there. You want to see your club directors. Okay, so here you go. There's Dan. Want to click to Dan? You can learn more about Dan. There's all of your board, everybody that's on your board, all your board of directors and so on.
That's BOARD, not BORED.
Okay, so if you want to you want to learn more about the club history, you just click on that one. That opens up the club history for you. This will tell you anything you want to know about the club. For example, if you want to know anything about the club's history from 1920, when we started, to 1995, you click on those dates. If you want to know from 95 to 2020, you click on that date, and it'll open up anything you wanted to know about the club during that period of time.
And since Tommy joined in 1920, you can just talk with him directly.
Okay, so that takes care of all the abouts. Now you want to go to the speaker forum. You want to see who the speakers are. Just click on that. And what happens is you come down here, you want to know future or past. So if you want the past programs, I just want to show you something. This is really something. We've got 3 years of guest speakers. And it's all you got to do is just to continue to scan down, goes all the way down. The very first, the oldest one we have is the one where we honored Leon Hanley for 50 years being in the club. Okay? 3 years of speakers that are on the website. I mean, Bill couldn't have made this any easier for anybody that has an interest in getting information off the website. Okay, now over here on the left-hand side, you'll see 3 horizontal lines. If you click on those 3 horizontal lines, it opens up the link club resources. Okay, here is the application for a grant for the local foundation. Here's the corporate membership application if you want to become an applicant. Here's our bylaws, which you're entitled to seeing. Here's our constitution. Here's our leadership history and our red badge checklist. So if you're a red badge person, you're going to go to those 3 horizontal lines, you're going to go to club resources, and you're going to click on that. And when you click on red badge, it's going to open it up. You're going to download it. You're going to be able to see it again. And this is your red badge checklist. These are the things you got to do that are mandatory. So all you got to do is enter in the date. Here's the thing. There's the calendar. Enter the date you did it. Check it off. And same thing. Okay, it's called a hamburger. Thank you, Jim. So we're going to go to the hamburger again. Now, if you, that's all the club resources. So now here, let's go to member resources. Click on here. If you want to make, you want to do a donation, you want to do anything about the Constitution, you want to see it, you want to see our member directory, all the members we have. Anything about matching grants, it's all there. Everything you want to know about this club is in the Orlando, or the Rotary Club of Orlando.org. That's the website. That's it. Thanks to Bill Pieper for making this so simple. Question, go ahead.
Well, actually, I wanted to thank you for this survey. I hope the leadership listens to the survey about fellowship. We've talked about that. And you know, if you try to do all these kind of fellowship events, that takes effort and time. We're here
Right.
every Thursday.
Right.
I walked in today, I got a chance to meet Charlie DeFleece for 6 minutes.
Yeah.
For 6 minutes. And if I'd brought him as a guest in the old days, we'd have 8 people at the table and introduce him to all 8 people. And if the meeting was starting later, maybe 15 minutes of visitation, he'd leave and go, gosh, those are really nice people. Gosh, the fellowship, which is the most important thing in the club. There's not a thing more important. And I think if we can concentrate on leaving more time for fellowship as we used to. So, well, Judge, you should get here at 11:45. I'm not always going to get here at 11:45. I don't want to get here at 11:45. But I do like to have some time to visit with Leon Hanley and Tommy Tart and Dan Pottinger and all these people. Well, in some cases aren't here anymore, but I did have a lot of time. That was my favorite time of the week. And so many people in here I got to know during that time, but it's like, it seems like we have more and more announcements and less time to fellowship. And that's the most important thing. And the easiest thing to arrange for fellowship is the meeting, not a special event. I've never actually gone, I don't think, to hardly any, like the Pat Phillips parties and all.
Mhm.
I know my dad used to go to every one of them. A lot of people, I didn't go to those, but I get to fellowship at the meeting, at the table and around. So I really, I mean, cut the announcements down, have the people up here, they're going to make them. So we're not having to wait for them to walk through. You know, you go to clubs, they have everybody lined up. Time is of the essence. And I think if I was a visitor and I came and everybody at the table visited with me and talked to me and people coming and going, if that's the only people that talk to me, that would be really good. And by the way, that's the most important thing.
I
So I
appreciate it.
just,
Thank you. Thank you for your candor. And you might not have noticed, but the last 2 weeks I've tried to delay the start. First of all,
Not
we
long
weren't
enough.
ready, but clearly not long enough. But today we didn't start till 12:05, actually 12:06. My goal is 12:10.
I need more time with Charlie.
Yeah. You know, Charlie didn't say the same thing. I'm just saying it. Yeah.
I'm leaving in a minute.
Denny.
I've got a suggestion. Why don't we on donations also include Polio Plus? We're not done with Polio Plus. Even when we have the last case, we still have to fund it for 3 more years. It's pretty easy to do to become actually a member of the Polio Plus Society. It's only $100 a year. That's 28 cents a day. And we really just need $30 from each Rotarian during the course of the year to keep this going. So that's just a suggestion, put it on there so we can also do that.
Awesome. Thank you.
We'll have Tammy put that on the website. We'll open up that link for Polio Plus as well. Good job. Good question.